What's up everybody, Carnage Drains back again with another video. This time for my first review video. And for my first review video, I'll be reviewing something I've been really loving, the Noisy Cricket V2. A little bit of specs on this piece of hardware is it's anodized aluminum with copper contacts and a Delrin switch, hybrid connection. I will be taking apart my V1 for the video since there's not terribly much difference. And obviously I'm not talking about the new Noisy Cricket that just came out, I'm talking about the older one. The V2, they just added like a knurled button. But yeah, so with all that said, I think we're ready to dive down. Alright, and here we are down below on the table with my Noisy Cricket V1 completely disassembled. Here's the package it comes in, just a little plastic case, a little warning card, and some, verification stickers in there. Here's the one for the V2, looks exactly the same. Pardon the sticker, I got this from Vape Box. And here is the barrel for the device. It's got a, I think that's Delrin in there, Delrin sleeve, so if your battery's a little torn up, which I do not suggest using torn up batteries on this thing, it won't short out on the side of the device. This little seesaw goes in right here, so when your batteries go in, that is how the button fires. It's just a little bit, and then it connects. Here's our button, a very simple button, just with a little spring that goes in there, and you screw it into this. And our hybrid top cap, and it's got this little divot on the side. And so when you get these brand new, there will be a little washer, little sticky, I don't know, sort of plastic thing on here. And mine always comes off because I wash everything in an ultrasonic cleaner, so mine just came right off. And I really don't know what it was there for. I think for extra protection, but honestly, if you're using properly wrapped batteries, you shouldn't need it. It should be fine without the little protective thing. This also has a protective washer, but this one's made of a different material, like PEEK or something, and it doesn't come off at all. Like, I've even tried to pry this off since I bought my new one for the sake of this video, but it doesn't really come off, so pretty happy about that. So yeah, let's put this thing together for you guys. Oops, knocking shit over here. So you take this and you put that in the middle there, and you take your little top plate, stick it down there, and so little tip for you guys, I don't know if you guys do this already or whatnot, but I put a little magnet onto my screwdriver, so that way I can just put my screws right on there and they're ready to go, and it magnetizes a previously unmagnetized screwdriver. So let's get this all threaded in there. There we go. Oh, that's nice and secure. And the way you put your batteries in here, for those of you that don't know how series works, so both the positives are up, that means it's in parallel. This is in series, and this is how you want to put your batteries in. So now, at this point, we would put in our top cap, which it's got this little slot in here, so you can use, I've found a penny works the best. Some people use quarters, so you can kind of screw it on in there. Or more screw it out after you take your atomizer off, and this is where your atomizer would go through. The flat part goes on the bottom of the atomizer. This divot goes down to where the battery is. And let's see if I have a random atomizer somewhere around here. Alright, I did have a random atomizer lying around. It's a Torque. Let's see if I can focus in on that 510. It's not gonna focus, it doesn't look like. There's too much crap lying around. This thing barely protrudes enough for the example, but here we go. So you screw it on like that, and oh, come on, focus. There you go. You see how the 510 comes out right there? It's coming out over all the metal. That's what you want, and that is what makes connection with the top positive part of your battery. Let's see. I'm not going to use this atomizer though because it doesn't have the proper build in there. It would probably fry. So we get that part screwed in on our positive end. There's no real need for it, but you can tighten down with the penny. And how you put the button together is, now let's hope this baby focuses right now. Oh, perfect. You see that little divot up at the top? Right there, up at the top, and at the bottom? That is what fits into these divots on the Delrin, if you can see on the bottom and on the top. So what we want to do is we want to stick our slider spring in there. Adjust this around to where it lines up with those little divots. And then you push it in flat. See how it's completely flat, no gaps or anything. You don't want a gap, you want it flat. Then we'll take our little firing pin, kind of get it finger started. And then I got a little Allen key. I've also found needle nose pliers. If you squeeze them down tight, it does fit, but be careful not to, like, you know, screw up your 510. Oh, there I go, screwing it up. There we go. Get that tightened down nice and tight. There we go. There is our button. And this one actually sticks. That's the reason I bought a second one, because this version 1 button started sticking. I don't know if you can hear that click. Oh, see how it's just kind of sticking in there, which that's really bad because then it starts auto-firing, right? Alright, now let's show the difference, because this is the V1 button, right? See that button, how it has no knurling, how I've really gummed up that? I think they didn't use Delrin for this, or a weaker form, because the pennies really gunked up that little slot trying to get it out of there. But this one, see how it's knurled? It's got a few markings, but not as many. My pennies haven't really been destroying this button like it did with this one. It's easier to get off with your fingers because of that little bit of knurling. It really freaking helps. But moving on, you take this part of your button, right? And you screw it down to the flat side, the negative side. So this one's positive up, this is negative up. And you screw it in with the negative up side. And it won't screw in any farther because I dropped mine. I don't know if you can see that, but I really screwed up my threading and it only goes in a certain way. Yeah, you can see that. But yeah, so once it's fully assembled, this is what it should look like. Oops, get out of here. And these series boxes, they hit really freaking hard. Like, I just got the recommended building for this would be, I personally, they say on the site it's rated from 0.25 to 0.5. I personally wouldn't go that low. I would suggest maybe a 0.3 is really the lowest I found I can go. with keeping within the battery ratings, that is. But this is a .36 build. I'm vaping on some by Cloud Junkies. It's a melon flavor. It's got like watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew in there. Really good, really refreshing. But yeah, here's some vapor production from a series box. Yeah, really hot vapes. Really, really hot vapes. But yeah, that's about it down here. Let's jump back up top, and I'll tell you all my thoughts, all the pros and cons of it. And that was The Noisy Cricket by Wismec, version 1 and version 2. So let's see, some pros and cons. Let's start off with cons, because honestly, I have a hard time really finding any cons about this mod. One con, especially for the V1, was the button started sticking on me. Haven't had that problem on the V2 at all. If you drop it and it lands wrong, that really sucks. If it fucks up your threading, you're kind of screwed. Luckily, it's only a $20, $40 mod, so depending on where you get it, it's not really that expensive. I think that's it for cons. Oh, yeah, no locking mechanism, and if you drop it, you're fucked. But other than that, it's a really good box. It hits really hard, it's very ergonomic, really tiny. I get why they call it the Noisy Cricket, because, you know, small, lots of power, ha ha ha. And I mean, I don't really have that big of hands. I mean, I got kind of more medium-sized hands, and this thing disappears in my hand. It's pretty nice, honestly, nice and compact. So honestly, I really haven't had it fire in my pocket. I wouldn't suggest carrying it around in your pocket like I do, honestly, but meh, I gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah, really hard hitting. Here, let me get a vape really quick. If you build right on these things, it will treat you well. It hits really hard, nice throat hit, really warm, hot vapor, more along the lines of hot, really. Almost instantaneous as far as ramp up time. I mean, boom, boom. So, really good for tricking, honestly, in my opinion. These series boxes are awesome. But, yeah, I guess I'll quit gushing over the Noisy Cricket for now and let you guys get on with your night. If you liked, show some love and hit the like button, subscribe, maybe, you know, yeah. But yeah, I look forward to posting more videos. Enjoy the rest of your guys' night.